Hollywood.
In Hollywood, if you want to see stars, you don't look at the sky, you look down at the ground. Today, we're taking you on our tour of the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and stick around to the end as we go in search of a star with a personal connection. We were invited to attend the Hollywood Walk of Fame tour with LA Ghosts Tour Company. Early in the morning, we drove into Hollywood for our first ever guided tour in our home area. Yep, we decided to spend a day as tourists in our own backyard. After parking our car in the Ovation parking lot, we made our way out onto Hollywood Boulevard, a place that celebrates movie history in a big way.
This is where the Walk of Fame began, near the corner of Highland and Hollywood Boulevard, where the first 8 stars were dedicated in 1958.
Welcome to Hollywood, California. Today we're doing something we've never done before, taking a tour right in our own backyard.
That's right. We've lived our whole lives in Southern California, and Art even grew up right here in Hollywood, just off Sunset Boulevard. But today we're playing tourists for the very first time in LA.
Junket Tours invited us to come along on their LA Walk of Fame 100 Years of Hollywood tour. We're going to take you with us today as we walk the world-famous Hollywood Boulevard and discover some stories behind some of Hollywood's most iconic locations.
The Hollywood Walk of Fame is one of LA's most iconic attractions, spanning 15 blocks of Hollywood Boulevard. It features over 2,700 stars honoring some of the biggest names in entertainment, from actors to musicians, directors, and even influential behind-the-scene figures.
Started in 1958, the Walk of Fame has been a symbol of Hollywood's glittering history. But today, we're going to look past the glitz and give you some insights that you might not know about.
We're starting at Musso Frank Grill. Did you know this is the oldest restaurant in Hollywood? Founded in 1919, this was the place for Hollywood movie stars like Charlie Chaplin to grab a bite, sometimes racing down the boulevard for his favorite plate of roast lamb kidneys.
They still serve old Hollywood charm on the menu here, including dishes that haven't changed in 100 years. We've eaten here before. It's a nice place to stop if you're going to a theater show at the Pantages Theater just down the street. Very historic. It's a place you got to go to when you're in Hollywood, California.
Well, welcome to Hollywood Boulevard. Other than Sunset Boulevard, this is probably the street that everyone thinks of when they think of Hollywood and Los Angeles. Originally, it was just Frank's Grill until he actually met Musso himself, and then the friendship sparked over a 100-year business that, as you see, is still open today, very popular. And the food itself has also barely changed in the time that this is open. It's known for their martinis, they're known for their chicken pot pie. As if you've been here before, if you go inside, it looks almost exactly the same as it was.
When King Tut fever hit pop culture, Hollywood's Egyptian Theater opened its doors in 1922 with an exotic Egyptian revival style inspired by the discovery of King Tutankhamun's tomb. It was one of Hollywood's first grand cinemas, built by Sid Grauman. The theater is famed for its lavish decor, featuring Egyptian motifs and an elaborate courtyard, reflecting the era's fascination with ancient Egypt.
First movie to ever premiere here was Robin Hood, starring Douglas Fairbanks. Sid Grauman wanted to do something that was going to honor the Los Angeles usually beautiful year-long weather. So he created the first open courtyard lobby. Here people can linger, people can take photos, people were able to have drinks before the premiere of the movie.
Our visit was just a couple of days after Ozzy Osborne passed. Visits to his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame were popular that week. We're doing our walk here on Hollywood Boulevard and came across a memorial on the sidewalk on the Hollywood Walk of Stars. And turns out, so this is just days after Ozzy Osborne passed. And so there's a tribute that's come up on the street here with memorabilia left in his memory. And his star is right near the corner of Hollywood and Highland. The Hollywood Museum is housed in the historic Max Factor building, a renowned example of Art Deco architecture blended with Hollywood Regency style and remodeled in the early 1930s by architect S. Charles Lee. We'll plan a separate visit here to tour the inside, which has original Max Factor makeup rooms designed for different hair colors, famously used by stars like Marilyn Monroe and Lucille Ball. This building, known as the Jewel Box of the cosmetic world, has been meticulously restored to reflect its original grandeur, and it's recognized as Los Angeles Historic Cultural Monument and is also on the National Register of Historic Places.
So here we are from the Hollywood Museum. It was opened in 2003, but before that, it was the Max Factor Makeup Studio, which opened in 1953. So before I can talk about Hollywood Museum, and before I can talk about this building itself, we have to really talk about who is Max Factor. So Max Factor is the founder, the godfather, the whatever you want to name it, of makeup. He was the one who created, and unintentionally created, bottled makeup to sell.
There's no shortage of places on Hollywood Boulevard to buy souvenirs. But there's more to see. Let's keep walking.
My favorite thing about Los Angeles and Hollywood history is that it's a good mix of myth and fact. As for what's myth and what's fact, it's up for you to decide. Because some things you can find online, some things you can find on papers, but that doesn't tell a full story.
Right, exactly.
So
Kind of like life, huh?
it is, but that's what makes Hollywood and Los Angeles one of my favorite cities.
Yeah.
Because everywhere you go, it's like, well, is this true? Sure. How much is it true? I don't know.
Yeah.
Next stop, the El Capitan Theater. This historic theater opened on May 3rd, 1926. Originally dubbed Hollywood's first home of spoken drama, it debuted as the largest legitimate theater in Hollywood, hosting live stage shows and vaudeville performances. Over the years, it transitioned to a movie palace, famously premiering Orson Welles' groundbreaking film Citizen Kane in 1941. After restoration by the Walt Disney Company, this theater stands as a monument to Hollywood's golden age and is a vibrant cultural landmark on the Walk of Fame.
It was originally just a theater, not a movie, just a regular theater. Eventually, Sid did sell the theater and did eventually find its way back, where in 1990, Disney ended up buying it. And so they premiered Toy Story here. Now it's been restored to how it used to look, and if you go in early enough, they actually do show movies in the very beginning, and they actually have an organ player, like it was back in the old days.
Perhaps the most iconic of all movie theaters on Hollywood Boulevard is Grauman's Chinese Theater, now known as the TCL Chinese Theater. Designed by Sid Grauman and architect Raymond Kennedy, this theater opened in 1927 and features an elaborate Chinese pagoda-style facade and stunning exotic decor that capture the glamour of Hollywood's golden age. The theater has hosted countless major film premieres, including Cecil B. DeMille's The King of Kings and the original Star Wars, as well as 3 Academy Awards ceremonies. Its famed forecourt preserves the handprints, footprints, and autographs of legendary stars, making it a unique cultural and cinematic shrine.
welcome to the Grauman's Theater, Sid Grauman's Theater, the Chinese Theater. So again, myth versus truth. What we know today of the handprints. So one story has it that Sid had actively taken a step in wet concrete. Another was it was an actress. Regardless of who it was, it gave Sid an idea, and an idea that became a legacy that is continued to this day. So when you look around, it's not just handprints and footprints. There is Whoopi Goldberg's braid is one of them. Oh. Yeah, there's a pipe right there. There's a gun. I know the stars of Harry Potter had put their wands on. Okay. So just about everyone you can think of is here in some degree. Some have been moved around with time just to make room for the new. But this became the place for Hollywood premiere. So Wizard of Oz, Legally Blonde, Star Wars, many, many movies. Go and take a look around, see if you can find your favorite celebrity, celebrity horse. There's a lot of oddities to find. Like I said, there's a kissing mark around here. And also someone threatened said, I'm gonna kill you.
So we're at the Grauman's Chinese Theater area. When I was a kid, so this would have been back in the 70s, one of the movies that, I don't know if it premiered here, but it showed here for a long time was Earthquake. Oh. And the thing that was special about that showing is they used this new sound technology at the time called Sensurround, which gave this feeling of things were shaking. And it actually did cause vibration, caused like plaster to fall. So they ended up putting their chandeliers inside. They put netting under the chandeliers, which also gave people a sense of kind of being freaked out. Because that movie came out just a few years after the big one was in Los Angeles.
Silmar?
No, this was Silmar Earthquake.
Silmar in 71.
Yeah, 71. It woke me up. I think I was 6 years old at the time.
Yeah, 7.
That was a shaker. And a few years later, Earthquake was showing here, and it shook people's nerves. But it was a memorable moment at the Grauman's.
There you go.
Yeah. I found the Star Wars, Julie.
Yeah?
You can't miss it. Come with me. Come with me. Walk straight to the front. Straight to the sidewalk. In the middle.
Yep, exactly.
So whenever the first Star Wars movie came out, 1970-ish, late 77, give or take a year, first time I saw it was right here.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, at the Chinese Theater.
Yeah.
Waited in a long line. That's the way they did it back in the day.
Yeah.
You'd wait in long lines for hours and finally got to see Star Wars. Never knew it would become what it became. And I didn't know that R2-D2 stopped by here to leave his footprints.
He did?
Yes.
The Hotel Roosevelt has a rich history for all the right and wrong reasons.
Yeah, right.
So let's go ahead and take a quick look in.
Okay.
The Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel, named after President Theodore Roosevelt, opened in 1927. This historic landmark in Hollywood gained fame as the site of the very first Academy Awards ceremony in 1929, held in its Blossom Ballroom. The hotel became a favorite retreat for Hollywood's elite, hosting stars such as Clark Gable, Carole Lombard, Marilyn Monroe, who lived there early in her career, and Shirley Temple. Architecturally, it showcases the elegant Spanish colonial revival style, blending vintage charm with modern luxury. The Roosevelt has been carefully restored and designated a Los Angeles Historic Cultural Monument.
The very first Oscars held was here, and the first movie to ever win Best Picture is Wings. Marilyn Monroe was here when she was filming, I believe it was Some Like It Hot. She stayed here at one of the cabanas for 2 years. And her legacy lives on to where people believe she haunts the place now. Do I think that? I have no idea. I think she haunts everywhere, according to everybody. So the Magic Castle was opened in 1909, not as a business, but as a residential home to Kathy and Roland Lane. Back in the day, brought in magicians from all over the world. But over time, it actually became a private club, which is now, if you want to go in, you could, but you either have to know someone, and not just anyone, you have to know an actual card-carrying magician, or you have to stay at the Magic Castle Hotel, where you might be able to have access to getting dinner here. But if you do happen to find your way in, it is, pun intended, magical. It is very, very magical.
So we're on the final stop of the official tour of the Hollywood Walk of Fame today, and we're at the Ovation Hotel Shopping Mall Complex, and I think it's the 3rd floor. If you come out this area, there's a balcony area with a view of
The Hollywood sign.
We had a great tour this day, hosted by Caledonia of LA Ghosts Tour Company. It was cool to be tourists for the day, less than an hour from our home.
With our official tour today completed, it was time for lunch. At the Ovation Hollywood, the Win-dow had an amazingly good veggie grain bowl. Great price, great food, great value, and we highly recommend. What do we got?
We got broccoli. It looks like kale with grains, radishes. Well, this is guac. With some soft-boiled eggs on top. Looks good. Sauce is good.
The other good thing about this meal, this bowl was only like $8, $8.50 or something.
That's nice.
Yeah, so these days when you go to places and you pay like $20 or more,
Yeah, for something
it's
like this.
it's a good bowl and a good value.
Yep.
Tastes good. I think they also did a nice job on the soft-boiled egg, the soft egg, because not many places do that, and they did it pretty well. Not overcooked, and it goes really nice with the bowl, so you get a little bit of that yolk thing happening without being too messy. I like it.
Look who I found.
Who'd you find, Julie?
Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin. I have a story about Charlie Chaplin, Julie.
You do? Did you meet him?
Kinda. No, I didn't. I didn't meet him. But he was in this movie called City Lights, and the person who starred with him in that movie, the lady, her name was Virginia Cherrill.
You knew her.
I did know her. We're actually gonna go search for her star next. Another interesting place to eat right across the street from where we're walking is Michelli's, which claims to be the oldest Italian restaurant in the area. We've eaten there also before a show once with our daughter. Who did you see now, Julie?
Even a dog gets a star.
You can't say that on YouTube, I don't think.
Horse got one too. A dog, a horse. Is there a goat and a sheep and a
Shrek
Cat?
got a star.
and a cat?
I don't even know what's a Shrek?
A made-up fictional cartoon.
Yeah. Yes, we saw his star.
Yes, Minnie Mouse.
Yeah, Minnie Mouse. So we were walking about before. Julie said she saw a star for Bud Abbott, and I said, that's funny because I saw several blocks ago a star for Bud Abbott, and Julie says you can't have more than one star, but apparently you can.
We saw a third one.
Yeah. So apparently some people have them for more than one thing. It could be for movies, plus radio, plus whatever else. Yep, there you go.
Music.
Yeah.
She said there's 5 of them.
5 categories. Yeah, so, and I do know that Gene Autry is one of the other people who has, I think he has 4 stars among these stars in Hollywood. So Julie, when we were in the Roosevelt Hotel, we stopped in to take a look around, looked very swanky.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to stay the night there, so maybe we'll do that.
Nice.
Yeah, maybe we'll put that on the list because that would be cool. But when we were there, you struck up a conversation with one of the, I think like a guard guy there.
Yeah.
What was that about?
So there was he asked, because we were with our guide, and she had a shirt that said Ghost Tours, and he said, "You with the Ghost Tours?" And then he started to insinuate that the place is haunted and that he's actually seen it. He's been there. He's heard footsteps of people that weren't there. He's heard loud music. That when there's no music, he's seen things on the television, the screens, the security screens of things that fly by, So he knows it's haunted. And he told me it's haunted.
He sounded like it was personally convincing to him.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I could see him getting nervous even talking about it.
Yeah.
So, and I told him I didn't believe in ghosts. And he said, I've seen the ghosts.
So.
And I said, I didn't say I didn't believe in spirits.
Yeah, because you do believe in the spiritual world.
The spiritual world, I get it.
But if we do end up staying there someday, I suppose I'll have to ask around to see if there's a certain floor we should avoid.
No, that's where you go.
Oh my gosh.
What are you thinking?
Well, stay tuned for that one. We'll see what happens.
Before we wrap up our visit today, we're making one special stop on our own. A star that holds deep personal meaning for you mainly, but for me too.
We've stopped at the star of Virginia Cherrill. She's an actress that was best known for playing the blind flower girl in Charlie Chaplin's City Lights.
She was more than just a Hollywood star. During World War II, she became Lady Jersey and lived in England.
And it was in England that she met someone very important to me, my dad. At the time, he was a young Polish refugee serving with the Royal Air Force during World War II.
Virginia befriended him and your uncle. And at that time, he had no home, no family nearby. And her kindness and encouragement had planted a deep seed for a new beginning.
Years later, she moved to Santa Barbara, California, and she helped my dad immigrate to America. And that changed the course of our family's history. So for us, this star represents more than fame. Visiting her star here adds a pretty personal touch to already an amazing experience today. Hey Julie, how about some fun facts?
Okay. Did you know stars are added to the Walk of Fame each year, but it's not free? Celebrities or their sponsors have to pay about $55,000 to get their name here.
And some stars have duplicates. For example, Gene Autry's name is here 5 times for his work in radio, TV, music, film, and live performance. We even saw Bud Abbott represented on the walk multiple times. Thanks for coming along with us on this Hollywood Walk of Fame adventure. And a special shout out to Junket Tours for inviting us along today. If you're in Los Angeles, whether you're local or visiting, this tour is recommended. You'll find many Los Angeles offerings in Junket's tours, and we'll have a link to those in the video description below.
And if you visited the Walk of Fame, share your favorite moments with us in the comments below. Love it.
Yep. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, The Places Where We Go, for more travel inspiration. We'll see you next time.
Bye.